All right, we're officially live. It's Thursday, May 28th, 2015, 7 o'clock. It's Nerds on the Couch here, and we got a special guest over here. Sir, introduce yourself.
I'm Ian Pullman from Sun City Sci-Fi, and I'm glad to be back on Nerds on the Couch.
And thank
I'm
you for
Chico,
hiding in your basement and
Creeping out from the corner.
you're setting back nerdom for years, Ian, by being in the basement. But all right.
I have my Star Wars poster right there.
He's got cred. He's got cred right there.
Well, we got to give him credit because, come on, he does the Sun City Sci-Fi.
Yep.
Yeah. Our loyal viewers might not know, but Ian towers over all of us. You can't tell right now.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know. We have to ask Ian how the weather is up there.
Oh, dude.
It's still hot.
I mean, dude, the one guy who could throw us out of the convention and never have
Yeah.
like, you're insulting him.
Well, I mean, technically, he's only going to get David.
Mhm.
But aside from trying to get Ian in that Chewbacca outfit, which I meant you'd be awesome at it.
Yeah.
Of course, we have a convention coming up in a couple of weeks, right?
Yep. Just 2 weeks actually. It's Sun City Comic-Con and Film Fest. It's our first attempt at doing a Comic-Con and a Film Fest. We've done a lot of other, sci-fi and fan expo type events, but we're excited about this one. It's something new, something different for El Paso.
Well, we got to mention for the viewers. Our viewers know us from your cons, so we've had a lot of years already. I mean, wow, you've brought in Marina Sirtis, you brought in Peter Mayhew, you brought in
Joseph Gatt.
Oh, Joseph Gatt was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And oh man, I still have my which again, I have a blank wall here, ladies and gentlemen. But no, see, I got all the posters for the people you've brought over here. You've always bring in awesome people, and they've just been awesome to meet with. Last year, Ray Park was just outstanding guest, and of course a friend of ours, Daniel Logan. Sheesh.
Boba Fett.
I'd love to have Daniel here every convention we do.
From the way he is and some of the stories I've heard, yes, he would be here every day.
He's a bit wild.
We gotta give credit to the two guys that are always great. We go there, man. I love those guys. We got the Mandalorian mercs, man. Those guys are a lot of fun. I like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
Mandalorian Mercs in the regional 501st.
Who? Who? Who's that? What?
Mandalorian Mercs.
There.
You go.
Did I slur
Of
it?
course.
A little
Of
bit.
course, the 501st, man. We got to acknowledge them, and the young Ghostbusters. They were neighbors of ours last year at your Sun City, and
Also the El Paso cosplay.
yeah, the El Paso cosplay girls. They're always fun to hang out with and all that. Which we got some guests, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But yeah,
we're gonna talk. If we're gonna talk girls, our best neighbors were the El Paso roller derby girls. Man, those girls are fun.
They're wild.
They're
They're fun.
Okay, I
the
gotta
girls
give
usually
props.
are.
Yeah, let's give props to Ian. He always put us next to the girls.
Yes, thank you, Ian.
Where else where you want to be?
Well, this year, unfortunately, we can't get a booth because they all sold out in a day?
It was actually something like 36 hours, and we were through 50 booths.
Wow.
Yeah, we sold out real quick this year. We already have a waiting list for Fan Expo.
Wow.
That's a good thing, though, right? That's a good thing, right?
Oh, definitely. This is at the convention center. We had so many booths, but we've downsized a bit, but still doing awesome events. And the Camino Real is a great place, full of history. It really says El Paso, and that's what we're trying to go for. Support local.
Well, that's part of what Nerds on the Couch is about. We got to tell people to support your Comic-Con, support your conventions. not everything
comic
is.
book stores.
Well, I got to bring it up to Ian right now because we're talking about conventions. I mean, San Diego Comic Con always gets the attention, always gets the attraction, but we can't go. I mean, I was talking about it with Orly the other day. I got the money, I'm ready to go, but I can't get tickets anymore. I was able to get tickets like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Now I can't.
No, you can't get them because the thing is that you're not a Hollywood superstar going ahead and promoting one of your films.
I
And
could be.
it seems like they're the only ones that can, that are going.
So
What do
we
you mean?
gotta
I thought I was.
we gotta make a movie. There we go. Problem solved.
Give me $500. I can make a movie for $500. It's not going to be a good one, but I can make one.
Hey guys, come on! Nerds on the Couch, the movie. Okay.
Mhm.
It'd be like,
I
what's that, Movie Theater 3000, Science 3000?
Yeah,
MST3K. Well, that's it. MST3King is how we met these guys in the first place.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they were the
half of
strangers.
this.
They were the strangers going ahead and laughing when blood was dripping from the sky in Ninja Scroll.
Hey, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in an anime.
Hey, Ian. Ian,
What's up?
does the convention have a Facebook page or a Twitter page?
It does actually. We have both. You can check us out just at Sun City Sci-Fi on Facebook, and we should be one of the first, or if not the first page to pop up there. And we also have Sun City Sci-Fi on Twitter and Instagram. We have a YouTube page. So we have all the social media as well as our website, suncitysci-fi.com. So everybody can check all that out. It's got all the info on all our upcoming events.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know what? I gotta admit, I like your promo for last year. You had Christina Dark as a Jedi. That was cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, and she's a local cosplayer. She attends UTEP as a student. And it's nice to have her, Kirika. Blue Destiny's coming from Juarez, so we have really local cosplay talent at the Comic-Con this year.
Well, since
really-
you brought it up, let's talk about the cosplay girls that we have coming up.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I mean, Kirika Yashida, which you can look up on YouTube. Oh, she's after my heart. She's a friend of Nerds on the Couch. She has a restraining order against David. And
Hey, that was by accident. I didn't mean to touch her there.
No, don't even say that.
oh, dude. Hey, if it comes down to a fight between you and Kirika, my money, my house, my property, my soul would bet on Kirika.
Oh, yeah, of course, that's a given.
Yeah.
My money would be on Kirika too. I'd just lay down.
Yeah, especially with her background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her dog
but-
alone.
We've known her for, oh my God, how long has it been, man? I mean, God.
Dude, you're gonna make me feel old.
Well, I mean, one, she's a talented and beautiful young lady, and her costumes are just absolutely amazing. Her Winter Soldier costume is astounding. Her Breaking Bad costumes. She makes meth addiction and meth building look sexy, and.
I mean, I guess you would. I mean, if it was just underwear.
Oh yeah, that episode.
Good
Breaking Bad. See Breaking Bad and making a costume from Breaking Bad. That's the first thing I think of. That poster that they have of what's his face, in his whitey tighties. And I'm like,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we gotta challenge her to that, man.
Oh.
You know what? But my favorite costume of hers will always be the first costume I ever saw her in. X-23. That'll always be my first, because that's the first costume I ever saw her in.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely great. I mean, it wouldn't be a Sun City Sci-Fi without her, and I'm glad you're bringing her over. And we also have Blue Destiny, right, Ian?
Yeah, from Juarez, right across the border, and we hadn't really heard much about her before, but she kind of got in contact with us, and we checked out some of her cosplays, and they're really great. She does a really great rogue cosplay that I asked her if she could bring out. So hopefully, fingers crossed she'll bring that out.
Well, let me look at it for a while. You guys talk for the next hour.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Well, she also does a
At
great
least
job.
just turn off your camera first.
No. I don't want to know. Don't want to know. Okay, she does Black Cat. She also does let's see, she does Harley Quinn and everything. So, yeah.
Last year's was pretty cool too. I mean, I really liked Liana Vance. I like her. What was it? Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget too. He brought Nadia Sonica too, and that Magneto costume.
Yep.
Don't forget Marie Doll.
Oh yeah, Mary Doll, friend of ours, super awesome lady. And so again, Ian always brings out the best cosplayers here.
We try.
Yeah, after going through mounds and mounds of websites, looking at photos and photos.
It was for work, okay, I promise.
Yeah.
That was so tiring.
Yeah, those that interview process. I mean, yes, he needed to go ahead and have that. He needed to have that one-on-one interview. Closed doors.
Yeah, until his wife brings up, where's the male cosplayers? You gotta interview them too.
Oh,
There's male cosplayers?
well, there has to be some of them out there. There's the big fat guy dressed up as Sailor Moon.
Dude,
I'm
you
not
know
on
what?
Sailor Moon.
No, you know who my favorite cosplayer is? The guy that does Peter Griffin. That guy is great.
Oh, he is good. We gotta get him.
I tell you what, we had a guy this year. This year he did the Walking Fred. And it was basically a Fred Flintstone dead.
Hey, that's actually pretty good.
All right. No,
It was great.
Forget Yaya, forget Ivy Doom Kitty, forget all those ones. You got to get the Peter Griffin guy over here.
He's instantly famous.
But you know what? I mean, that would be great because I mean, you really don't see, the focus on guys like that, and there are a lot of guys out there that are doing cosplay and trying to be real with it, but also having fun and not making it all about the sex appeal.
Well, I give you credit. I mean, I know there's male ones. There's we came in contact with one who does really amazing prop work. He did a really cool RoboCop. He did a really cool. He did the Dragon Zord when they had the Power Ranger in Austin. That's his thing, though. He does like those prop costumes,
right.
And he made them from hand and all that, which outstanding. He was Galactus in the first season of Heroes of Cosplay.
Oh,
yeah, I remember.
Awesome!
Yeah.
I saw that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, and again, he has a website. I forgot his name, but again, these guys are cool bringing because now, I mean, cosplay, and we have a discussion with some of the other people about it because some people like it, some people don't.
Well, some people also have the opinion that a cosplayer has to fit the body mold 100%, and that's not exactly true.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm sure Odin is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Well,
We need to have Odin going around.
If we're gonna talk about male cosplayers, we gotta give credit to the two that are just there. They're there in almost every one that we're there, man. We got Darth Vader there in just about everyone, or at least all of them. At least I've always seen Darth Vader there, and that's cool. We have Darth Vader. We also have a Chewbacca there every other cosplay, so it's kind of fun to see those two guys there in every one of them.
Yeah,
I gotta be comfortable.
Well, we tend to see Predator.
Predator.
Yeah, we tend to see the Predator guys usually at the Kansas City one. And,
I gotta ask. Let's ask Ian here. You've been there in all the conventions. Now that I got you here, what was the most awesome costume you've seen?
Just the Sun City one, or
your shows.
That's a really tough one. I mean, are we saying out of our cosplayers or just out of attendees? Because
Just the ones you see. Just the one that just pops in your head.
Christina Dark did a really awesome Darth Maul it was either at the Fan Expo in October last year or the Sun City in March of last year. But,
Sun City.
Yeah, it was the Sun City.
Yeah.
It was Sun City.
I mean, I walked by our booth a few times, and there was just a Darth Maul sitting there, and I was like, you know, who the hell is that? I didn't even recognize him. You know, that's probably one of the best cosplays I've ever seen since I've done the conventions. At the Fan Expo, the R2 and C-3PO guys that were like, did you guys see them? They were like
you're talking about the ghetto C-3PO?
Yeah, those guys.
Black hat and all that. Oh, yeah. I like that. That was hilarious. That was fun.
Those are the first two that pop into my head, anyway.
Oh, dude, your wife right now is like, who were you looking at?
Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at?
It's just Darth Maul. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I bet you're looking at Darth Maul.
Well, we got some of the guests coming up here, and a couple of them we want to talk about. And I got to ask you how you got them over here. The first one, Carlos de Anda, inker for DC Comics.
Well, if you guys remember, we had Eddie Nunez, who also works for DC Comics, and he was here at the last con. And through Eddie, I got in contact with Carlos, and you know, Carlos and Eddie are both from here, from El Paso, and I think they both went to Bel Air, if I'm not mistaken.
When did they graduate?
I'm
That's
not
what I'm
sure.
gonna wonder.
You
Well,
should ask them at the con.
yeah, since Orly and I are both Bel Air graduates, you know.
Hold your tongue. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Bel Air grads right here.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you got some in common with them at least.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we do.
I want to
Yeah,
talk.
you graduated from there? Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and what's your name, dearie?
Hey, wait. That was the guy over in Las Cruces Comic-Con. The one that did, oh God, what was his name? The one that was doing the
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones ones. I mean, you know, any female going along, all of a sudden his attention was totally, forget you. Hey,
I don't
how you
blame him.
doing?
I don't blame him. I really don't blame
He
him.
was hitting mostly on the teenagers.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. No, but, you know, the thing with these guys now, and, you know, one thing I wanted to talk to you about, since you're an owner of these of the comic book cons and all that, is that, yeah, I mean, it's super awesome having these guys, and I've checked out their work. I mean, they're amazingly talented. I'm looking forward to getting some of their artwork. But what's your opinion that you know, and a lot of people are complaining about this, that we're losing comic books in Comic Cons?
No, that's definitely true. Just to cite, you know, an example you brought forth earlier with San Diego Comic-Con, you know, that's not really a Comic-Con anymore. That's more of a pop culture event, and you know, that's why, you know, our Fan Expo and Sun City Sci-Fi, we've never put an emphasis on comics. That's why we wanted to do something like this, and as you can see, you know, having Carlos and Eddie, two very prominent comic book artists, you know, we want to really bring comic books, especially local, you know, talent into events like this, and really focus on the comic book aspect instead of, you know, just Star Wars or Star Trek or, you know, Ninja Turtles or whatever. But you're definitely right. We're losing it.
What I like is whenever we go to one of your shows, there's always something for anybody there. I mean, you know, whether it's the voice actors, and we enjoy going ahead and the wonderful voice actors you brought. You know, Tom Kane was, you know, great. I mean, there's always something for anybody at one of your shows. And that's one of the things I always liked.
You know, I think might have been, was it last year we had the TARDIS? That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
TARDIS, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but before that, I want to talk about my favorite cosplay. You know, the guy cosplaying is Ray Park, man. That guy was amazing. No.
Hey, we can't forget the whole group of people. Was it in one of ours, or was it Las Cruces that we saw the people that was dressed in brown coats? Every single one.
No, that was... I just remember the great-looking Zoe last year.
Yeah, we had a cool-looking Zoe. I remember we had a river song. Not a river song. Man, there's always a Captain Mal. We had a couple of sexy Captain Mals a few years ago at the Sun City. And then,
oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah, I'm talking about girls dressed like Captain Mal. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? But then let's talk about the El Paso cosplayers. I forgot their name, but the cosplay girls from El Paso. They had awesome. They did awesome Resident Evil cosplay. I mean, they were awesome.
Yeah, they did.
One was Alice, another was Umbrella Soldier. They pulled it off. I was like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, the El Paso cosplay girls got to be really good friends of ours, and whenever there's something in El Paso, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Always looking forward to seeing them. And we got to go on to the big star you guys have coming in. And I'm talking about Matthew Wood, and again, that name doesn't sound that famous, but he was noted. He was noted for being the voice of General Grievous. He was the voice of every battle droid and every Confederate droid in the Clone Wars. Yeah, he was doing it over. And then he was also, right now, the sound editor for Star Wars Episode 7. So I'm going to kidnap him and make him tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that. I mean, we don't talk about sound editing, but they're like the unsung heroes of everything. You know what I mean? A movie is only as good as it sounds. You know what I mean? Yeah. Visually, it'd be amazing, but if you see starships flying around and you hear the
pew 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 pew.
Yeah, you hear a pew pew pew. That's gonna get you out of the movie. Oh, and let's not forget, even though I didn't really like the movie, he's also the sound editor for Guardians of the Galaxy. So we got a Marvel connection there too. You know what I mean? We can ask him about that.
If you want to talk about if you want to talk about his repertoire, man, he's got his hands in Star Wars, Clone Wars, Rebels. He was in Star Trek Into Darkness. He was in Young Indiana Jones, Zoom. He's got his hands into a lot of stuff. He's even been in The Rock. And one of his first movies, like from 1991, was Soap Dish.
I love Soap Dish.
Soap Dish.
I love Soap Dish.
Oh my God, I haven't thought of that one in a long time.
And I mean, one of the big things, he's been nominated for 2 Oscars, 2 Academy Awards for Wall-E and There Will Be Blood. That's a big deal to have an Oscar nominee come to your convention. So that's really exciting. Along with all, he's done, like you said, so many movies for sound editing. It's ridiculous.
This is my milkshake.
No,
I've never seen the movie.
I get a straw, and the straw goes way over there, and I drink your milkshake. I slurp it all up. I love that movie.
You watched it a lot, huh?
Yeah.
He saw it over and over again.
No, well, I like the voice of General Grievous. I mean, some people have said it was too typical, like, I will get him. But he had a very unique voice.
Because he had a cold.
Are you gonna actually
you saw how much lung capacity he had left. Of course, he's the biggest asthmatic since Darth Vader.
Well, especially
that's true. I think he was probably the worst because I mean, he barely had any limbs. Most of his stuff was almost electronic.
You gotta think. You gotta think of how this went for Matthew Wood. They showed him Grievous and they said, "We want you to sound like him." It's like, let me think about it. How am I gonna do this? Hey, he pulled it off. I'm just saying, you can't just pull a voice out of your hat. You actually gotta think about what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
I like General Grievous though.
Whenever General Grievous was doing his thing, I was just expecting him at any time to go ahead and bring out his inhaler.
But
as long as he does not confuse his inhaler with the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I gotta say seriously, Grievous to me was one of the better villains in Star Wars. because he was absolutely vicious.
I think he was underutilized.
Yeah,
He used him better in the cartoons.
More. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, yeah, he was in a cartoon, but still, and movie-wise, he was underutilized. I think, because he had a prominent role.
well, one of the things, and this has been discussed before in episodes 1, 2, and 3, and people always asked, why did you kill off Darth Maul? Why did you kill off Grievous in one film? They had a contract with, I think it was Mattel, that there would be, or Hasbro, that they would have a new villain for each of the films. Each film had a villain. Lucas wanted to keep Darth. Well, that's what I've read before.
That's like one of the urban legends. I mean, nobody told Lucas what to do, and that's why Episode 1 came out the way it came out.
Yeah.
And then, part of the deal, of course, is that he always could have fitted villains. I mean, the Clone Wars had a good amount of villains in it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Sherman, though. I think Grievous could be a really tragic character, I think they could have done more with it, but I understand why they didn't. You know what I mean? They had to get the movie through. But, yeah, you know what? It could have been a really interesting... I mean, we never really get a complete story. And in the movies, I mean, in the Clone Wars, we know what happened to him and why he is what he is. But, we never kind of got that in the movies.
Well, one of my favorite Clone Wars episodes was the one with Kit Fisto, and they go to his private tower, and you see his origin completely in that episode, and a lot of my favorite episodes involve Grievous.
Mm-hmm. I did like Grievous, and you even got to see how he got the asthmatic lungs, getting his butt kicked by a whole bunch of Gungans. That's where you learn that the Gungans are actually really vicious.
You mean not like me?
Oh no, not like that guy. That guy needs to be thrown into an incinerator too.
No, I told you before, that guy's a Sith Lord, man. Nobody knows it. It makes sense, dude. It makes so much sense. You know what I mean?
Well, he is the one that gave the full power to Emperor Palpatine.
Okay, Ian, I got to ask a question here about our guest. Is there any specific contract that says I can't hold him, I can't twist his arm and make me tell me Episode 7 secrets?
No, but our security...
Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need. Shut up. That's all I need.
Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
We'll take care of the...
We'll kidnap him and take him over to... We'll have a special dinner over at Kiki's for him.
No, we have interrogation droids that will make him talk.
Yeah, you know what? He's going to see us at the convention. He's going to look right at us and go, bring it.
Studied under the grid.
Right, yeah, okay.
He should be silent. It's not going to give away a secret. It's a J.J. Abrams employee, hopefully.
I can tell you.
We're gonna drill him for Episode 7 stuff.
Well,
cause
I know a secret. There's going to be a Wilhelm scream in Episode 7.
Yeah, we're gonna ask him about the Wilhelm screams.
You know what I picture happening? We're gonna ask him about Star Wars 7, and we're gonna see the shadow of the mouse on the wall, and we're gonna be like, "All right, never mind, moving on. Let's talk about
No. You see his face. No. Mickey's watching. No.
But you know what? That brings up a good point, because and I don't know if any of you guys wondered about it, but now that Star Wars, belongs to Disney, will they put in a Mickey Mouse head at some point, just like in the background as an Easter egg or something?
Oh, yeah, we're all gonna look for it.
Dude, I'm expecting Mickey Mouse himself to show up in Episode 7. Like one of the new Jedis. Use the Force!
No. You know that he's on the side of the dark side. You know that he's hiding behind the scenes. You're going to see one of the Sith Lords doing something, and then you're going to see the ears pop out. And then all of a sudden you'll hear...
Yeah, you know what? I totally would like to see. I want to see a black Sith robe with the ear kind of thing showing down. Oh, I know what that is.
No, you know who that'll be? That'll be that one character that the fat Goofy one. He looks like Goofy but fat.
Oh, you're
I know
talking
what you're
about
talking about. Yeah.
Pete. Yeah,
Pete.
Yep. He'd show up, and next thing you know, he'll turn off and pull over his and whip out a cigar.
That turns into his lightsaber right there, the cigar.
Dude, I think right now Ian is like putting a restraining order against us showing up now.
No, he's gonna let y'all show up. He's just not gonna let y'all talk.
I'm
He's
just
already
not
making
gonna
a
let you
list
kidnap
of threats to kidnap Mike.
501st.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have a 501st, protection squad.
Whoa.
Hey, wait,
Housekeeping.
he's already calling. Stop.
They're
Not
letting you
threatening
know.
our people.
Ian, Ian, who
What?
are you looking forward to the most?
The easy answer would be Matthew. But Carlos Deanda has worked on the Arkham Asylum Batman, video games, and those are probably some of the best games to come out in the last, 10 years probably, the Arkham Asylum game. So I'm really excited to actually meet him, talk to him about that. He actually did the Star Wars comics too for Dark Horse. So, I'm really, really pumped to have, Carlos Deanda. That's a big comic book name, and
Right.
and to come back home to El Paso and do this Comic-Con with us, it's a real honor. So really excited for him.
I'm looking forward to him, and he worked on Wildstorm, which I like the Wildstorm while it lasted. You know what I mean? And he did that iconic character Deathblow. I'd be interested to find out more how he worked in that character. That character was awesome. If you're familiar with the Wildstorm and Team 7 and all that.
I gotta agree with you on the Arkham Knight, the Arkham series games. Those gotta be like one of the best games ever made. And so now that we have the new one coming out, actually, oh man, it's coming out next week, isn't it?
I gotta buy it. I gotta
Yeah,
buy
I
it.
know.
Oh, I know.
I got to finish it because, now we see the trailers with the Batmobile and the whole Gotham City's open to you, and hell, even now we've been seeing the footage of the Joker in his Lamborghini and Batman on top of him.
I didn't see that
Okay,
one.
that sounded wrong.
Yeah, I'll tell you about the car. And,
I got what you were saying.
yeah, but
David, on the other
doesn't.
hand,
David
I
has
know,
in mind,
I know.
Don't get me started.
David, we gotta find your girlfriend. And hey, Ian, why don't you set up one of those speed dating things at the convention?
I
I was looking at
everybody has to be in costume.
Yep.
Oh, I can see the disaster. Wow.
Do
Yeah,
the
right.
dating game on the nerd dating game on the with cosplayers.
Nobody's a winner in that game.
What was that one Kevin Smith movie? Was it Mallrats? And they had the dating
Oh,
game.
yeah.
inside
Yeah.
the love show or the love connection. I can't remember what it was, but there
One
you
of
go,
the
Ian.
best.
Ian, we would do it in a heartbeat, but Gino's right. It's going to end in disaster, but it'd be a beautiful disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be
It'd a
funny as
beautiful
it goes.
disaster.
Ian, I have a quick question. How did you come up with the film festival angle? How did that come about?
I was just wanting to do something new, after doing several sci-fi cons and, fan expos and things like that, we decided that it was time for us to do a Comic-Con, and we were looking for something cool to add to that. We didn't just want to do a Comic-Con. So, we kind of said, well, the Plaza Film Festival, the Classic Film Festival, does well every year, and, a lot of people are excited about it, so we decided, well, let's try and do our own little kind of sci-fi comic book themed one, and yeah, Tricky Falls was very accommodating, and they're excited to have us, have these kind of events. So You know, we're always searching for new things to do.
I have a question. We talked to the guys producing the Song of the Star Slayer. Is there any way you could do something like that with them later on, after it's released and everything? Or anything like that?
I mean, I'd love to show their movie. It's a possibility that even in, our next con in October, March, sometime in 2016, that we'll be able to, and I'd love to do something like that. There were several problems having local kind of films mixed with those bigger films because the companies charge more. It's a bunch of legal kind of contractual stuff, but we're hoping to have more of a local kind of film fest for the next one, with some short film contests and things like that. Just shaking it up, doing something new.
That would be good.
Well, of course, when
awesome.
we do Nerds on the Couch, the movie, we're going to premiere it.
I expect that to be the first entry next year for the film fest.
For all your
adventure.
Yeah, if we did that, they'd be us in the back with chains, actually putting locks on the door so they'd have to stay locked.
Hey, we did it before. Remember the turkey cons we used to do?
Don't remind me. Flashbacks.
Let me say something to Ian real quick. You know what? It's kind of nice seeing Ian sitting down and talking, because in the day of the con, Ian is everywhere, man. Everywhere in the con. It's nice seeing Ian sitting down just talking.
Well, yeah, we got to give credit, dude. I mean, you're like the Flash at these conventions, man. I look there, you're there. I turn my head, you're over there, and I'm like, how did he do it? Oh wait, he's over there again. Look, he's arguing with himself over there.
It's like got Goku speed, he just ends up being there real fast.
I definitely don't have a clone of myself, if that's what you're thinking.
Never.
I know, he might be in that basement where you're at right now.
No, I know the secret. He has one of those time turners.
No.
I wish I knew Emma Watson. A kid can dream, right?
Yeah.
He's got a TARDIS in the back.
You got to be all over the place at the cons, and dealing with so many different things: the vendors, the celebrities, the attendees, volunteers, the rest of the staff. So,
okay, let me ask you this, since you brought it up. What's the craziest thing you had to deal with at your cons?
Ooh, I need to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. At Sun City 2014. One of the celebrity guests was very, I don't want to give away their name, but they were very difficult to deal with, to the point where they actually threatened to leave the convention if we didn't comply with the demand that they had. So that was the one huge incident that really was rattled me, and I had never dealt with a celebrity being upset with me before. So that was definitely that's the craziest thing that's happened behind the scenes. I don't know if there's ever been a big deal or something made publicly. I don't know. Some people complained last year about a guy that they thought had a real knife. It turned out it was just fake plastic one, but people were all in an uproar about it.
Hey, we all remember the cops going ahead and stopping
Ian,
the 501st.
Ian, if Stanley wants to drink wine from the skull of a freshly killed baby, let him do it, okay?
I don't understand why Ian didn't just turn around and take out the yellow M&Ms like he wanted. I mean, you can't have yellow M&Ms in the bowl. It's just, you ought to know this, man.
Ian, one quick question. If somebody wanted to volunteer at the Sun City Sci-Fi, how would they go about it? Just go to the page and, request to volunteer, or what's the process?
You can go ahead and message our Facebook page, and we'll get you set up. You can also email at the information page on our website, or you could email me personally at ian@suncitysci-fi.com. We'll get you settled up. We're just in the process of changing volunteer coordinators actually, so we're having to do a lot more closer to the event than we'd like. But yeah, if you want to be a volunteer, let me know. Get in touch with us on Facebook or our website, and we'll get you set up. We're always happy to have people volunteer their time, to work for us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, they rather get the volunteers than people in shackles. You know what I mean?
No, I think he'd rather get the shackles, man. Those Princess Leia shackles. That's what they
Oh,
are.
dude, I just realized Ian gets desperate. He has to go to the El Paso County and get the orange suit volunteers.
Oh. I'm sorry. All of the vendors need to be careful then.
I mean, we could just
Speaking
say,
of vendors,
go ahead.
Ian, I want to put you on the spot, and deal with the question the best way you can. Okay, been to a lot of conventions. Some conventions don't have enough places for you to get something to eat while you're there. Is the sci-fi convention going to have? Is it going to do justice for the people that are attending? I mean, it kind of sucks when you have to wait in line for over an hour to get, Quiznos. And I'm speaking from experience from, different, cons that I've been to.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely understand that. At the convention center, we've had some problems with that, but last year they set up more concessions, and this year at the Camino Real, there's going to be lots of places. They have 2 restaurants downstairs. Right across the street is Sparrow's Spirits and Pies. They serve great deep dish Chicago-style pizza. There's lots of places to eat right around there in that general vicinity. So, you might have to go outside the Camino, but it wouldn't be very far. As well as, the Camino serves really, really good food as well. And they're going to have discounts for attendees and vendors. So, you shouldn't have to wait an hour-long line to get a meal at Sun City Sci-Fi. At least I'd hope not. And if you did, I'd definitely have to have a few words with someone and get that taken care of.
And they will definitely let you back in the con. I know that.
Yes.
Yeah, not like other places.
Yeah. None of this, you can't leave the con.
I want to go out of the con. I need to get some
I need to go to the bathroom. You can't.
Dude, you gave me a band. You gave me a band that says Saturday only. Why can't I leave?
But if you're in the con, you're in the con.
Well, it's actually a good question for those coming in out of town. The Camino Real does have it. Sparrow's, I highly recommend.
Yeah.
It's a great pizza place. The wings, I love the wings there. And again, there is tons of restaurants in the downtown area.
Oh yeah.
That we can head to. I know that McDonald's is not that far away. For those who just want something quick. So, I'm planning on going to Sparrow's because whenever, I don't get to downtown that often. So, I'm going to enjoy that over there.
Yeah, and, I would only go there if it was called Captain Jack.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
And I'm gonna share something with everybody. Just around the corner is the most interesting pawn shop I've ever been to.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is this kind of place. You go in, there is a mummy for sale in the pawn shop. There's a mummy. I'm not kidding you. This is like the Friday the 13th TV series kind of place. Where you go ahead and have, the monkey on display. Well, no. Quite frankly, if you go there,
not want to go there.
Yeah, no. If you go, it's right across the way from Sparrow's, and it is like the freakiest, coolest place. Last time I was there, they had a vintage Star Trek pinball machine. I would have given my right arm for.
Just make sure you go there.
But
after
unfortunately,
you go to
I wouldn't have
Sci-Fi.
been able to play pinball after.
All right, before as our time is nearing up, we got to talk a little bit about the movie screenings we have coming up.
Oh yeah,
here.
good movies.
Yeah, which I got to say, you got a nice selection here. Labyrinth is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a definitely Jim Henson classic.
That's the one with David Bowie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one with David Bowie stealing the kid.
Yeah, an amazing puppet work on that one. I got to say that's a good choice.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
12 o'clock, we're having Serenity.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Yeah.
Watch me soar.
We have a call
Got
out
summer
for
clown.
all brown coats out there to come dressed in your favorite brown coat. enjoy Serenity
You know
with all
what?
of us crazy Broncos.
But you want to know what's so interesting about that movie? Wash, the pilot who died, he was actually born here in El Paso.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Oh, dude, you gotta get him over here someday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sad we
Wow.
haven't had this guy in El Paso. It is sad this guy has not been in El Paso.
I
And
mean, love
I
to.
I know you'll work on it. I mean, come on, dude, Ian, come on, get in my car. We'll go to Hollywood. We'll find out where he's at.
And Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, we have a big enough sack. We can just go ahead and put the sack over his head,
Yeah, I don't know about that. This guy also played Dutch in Transformers, so I'm not sure about that.
Hey, I liked him in that. I liked him.
Well,
And we
actually,
know
that
he
was
can
the only
play
thing I
dodgeball.
liked about it.
Chino in the first one?
I think it was the third one. I think.
Third one?
I think it was the second one.
Second one. Yeah, it was
So
the
now
second
you're going to
one.
go make me watch all four.
Well, he wasn't on the fourth one for sure. Yeah, so you can not watch that one.
And well, we got at 2:30. You're going to be showing Iron Man, the original.
Dun, 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 dun.
They got the whole Marvel universe started. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was that movie, so it's fitting to kick it off with that movie.
Yeah, and then afterwards we'll show a bootleg of Avengers: Age of Ultron in the back. And get you sued by Disney. Why not?
I'll wash my hands of this.
Subtitles with the subtitles.
Yeah,
in
you know
Russian.
what? If we see Ian running, more than usual, that's a cue.
It's about to hit the fan, guys. Let's go.
But still, that's a good choice. And then 5 o'clock, Star Trek: First Contact, which is one of my favorites. I liked that one with the Next Generation. Again, Patrick Stewart, my favorite captain.
I mean, I thought it was one of the strongest of the Next Generation cast movies of the four that they did. I thought it was the best one. Right there with Generations.
Nobody remembers Nemesis.
What was Nemesis? I never seen Nemesis.
That was the last one.
That was the last one.
Nemesis
Clone.
was with the young clone Patrick
Picard.
Stewart.
Yeah, Picard.
I
Data
never
died.
watched it on purpose. You know that, guys, right?
You can't stand watching Data die, huh?
Well,
Which?
the one the one that I could never get into was the one where they were trying to save that planet, and you had F. Murray Abraham that looked like he had saran wrap just wrapped around his face.
Insurrection?
Yeah.
Insurrection.
I didn't even know that movie existed.
The one
I think I blanked it from my memory. Really and truly, I saw it, and then I'm like, I have lost time. I've lost 2 hours. I do
We
not know what
know-
happened.
We know that it is right next to the Crystal Skull or in your movie collection. I've seen it.
That's also the place where I have lots and lots of diarrhea. Okay, there you go.
And then of course, right after that.
All
go
right,
ahead.
Sherman.
No, go ahead. You gonna go with the next movie?
Yeah, I was going to mention the next one to me is the classic Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
His big
gotta have
fake
the Wrath of
chest, Ricardo Montalban's fake chest. He's cold in space, Kirk.
I remember watching that as a kid and always freaking out when they put that earwig in his ear.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That to me was some of the best sci-fi work that I had ever seen when I was young, because it just looked like next thing you know it's
makes no
freaking
logical
drilling into his
sense,
head.
doesn't it? You got
Well-
that big of a thing jammed into your head. It should
Can't
kill
you-
you.
Can't you buy that in magic stores now? Have it crawl across your desk and all that.
But I'm not shoving it in my ear.
Well, you could either go with that or space herpes. You know that.
Hey.
Oh, speaking of that
Who's
needs
that?
a reboot.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Pirates.
Or somebody needs to show it at like a sci-fi convention, because that was a good space pirate movie.
Yeah.
Oh yes. One of the very few.
And then, of
But
course, go ahead.
No, go.
No,
You're good.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that since we're talking about Star Wars movies or Star Trek movies, the one movie that I never liked was the one where they had to save the whales.
Star Trek Return Home.
I like that
just
one better
irritated
than the
me.
one Search for God.
Huh?
Yeah, the God one to me was the worst one.
Yeah.
You know, I could tolerate the whales. The God one, ugh.
Yeah.
But then we got the last one, which to me is a horror classic, and I got to thank Ian for bringing it. Lost Boys.
People
yeah.
are strange now. Da, 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 da. Only one thing I couldn't stomach about Santa Clara. All the
damn
vampires.
and thank you for not showing the sequels either.
Oh,
What's
so
that?
The sequel was horrible. The Frog Brothers.
Pretty cool. Was that the first? That was the first movie with Alex Winters, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex Winters was one of the vampire guys.
Yeah, he's the first one to die, I think.
Yeah, he got it while hanging upside down.
I can just imagine if that movie was done with Samuel L. Jackson. Mother vampires on this mother plane.
One thing I can't understand is all the damn vampires.
Oh man.
You know, I got
God bring vengeance.
I gotta ask Ian here thing, because when we talked for the 2014 convention and all that, you know, we kind of thought, based on our conversation, you weren't going to do one this year because of that bowling thing they're
we
having.
knew it was going to be at least, that it was going to be something a bit different. We're glad that you're doing it this way because it's an enjoyable. We know the venue; it's good.
yeah.
The one thing I respect about you guys is, the previous conventions, I'm not going to name any names, but previous conventions I went to, no direction, you didn't know where you were supposed to go. I mean, I'm glad with you guys, and I'm hoping that with this con you also have that. Well, you're going to need that. You're going to need a lot of, signs go this way, not that way,
Volunteers.
No, definitely going to have lots of signs, and yeah, we like to stay organized, and you can't have a convention slip into chaos because then it's just going to get crazy and ridiculous, and
Okay.
you want the good vibes.
We won't name names.
Yeah.
With four people
Hold
on
on. Those names are gone. Okay.
Yes.
They're gone. So it's not worthy. It's not worth bringing up. But
I have a quick question before we move on, just real quick, and help me out with this. Which movie was it where Data's like, I am petrified and I feel this fear filling me in, and I'm almost too paralyzed to move, and Picard says,
First
Data,
contact.
First contact.
Was that?
First contact. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I love that line. Generations.
Well,
or First
Generations also has it, but that's the one where he's crying about Spot,
Yeah.
and
Spock.
he can't understand why.
Spot.
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 His
Oh,
cat.
He
Spot.
thought Spot.
Oh.
He thought Spot was dead, and he finds him, and he's crying, and he's going, "I'm happy, but I'm crying. Is there something broken in me?"
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that-
called
that
your,
reminds me-
He's going, "No, there's not. It's
Ian,
worked perfectly."
we got to do something about Leonard Nimoy.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because one, he does need to be respected for his contribution for sci-fi, and the work that he's done. Because again, it's as an icon, he does need to be recognized in some form, and hopefully when you get Stan Lee over, thank you.
We'll thank you in advance for that. No pressure on there.
Yeah. It's
Big
all right. You
Stan
can
Lee.
mortgage your house. You have a firstborn you can sell.
Big Stanley.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, since I brought it up, that you kind of said you weren't, you were kind of going to sort of skip this year, or that you were going to do a small one and not call it a Sun City Sci-Fi. So what changed your mind that you decided to do one this year?
we took a long time off after the Fan Expo. We probably didn't, you guys probably noticed we stopped posting on our Facebook for a few months, and that was just to recuperate because, we've been going since late 2012. We've just been going and going all Sun City all the time. We needed a break, and after that break, we came out kind of refreshed, and then we started to look at our options, and the Camino Real seemed like the best option. And not only are they giving us a much better deal than the convention center was, we're also have a personal relationship with them, so it's been much easier to negotiate things to get these cons together. And now I'm sure you've noticed that we've announced our next 3 events. The Comic Con next month, Fan Expo in October, and then Sun City Sci-Fi again in March of 2016. So, our hope is to make the Camino Real our home and do 2, 3, 4 events a year at the Camino Real, and give all the nerds and the geeks, something to come out to, 3 or 4 times a year, and just keep Sun City Sci-Fi going with these smaller events. Not necessarily bringing, less, but just, picking our celebrity guests better and picking our vendors better and everything, so that we have, just awesome shows all the time. So we're excited to continue, Sun City Sci-Fi because we couldn't just let it go.
All right, I got 2 questions real quick. Basically, well, one is a statement, the other is a question. One of them, quality over quantity is what you're saying, and that's what you want. You want to give us the best quality for the sci-fi.
Exactly, and that's bringing, instead of bringing lineups of 14 or 16 celebrities, let's bring 5, 6 guests, but really make them good guests. Really make them count. And I feel like we've done that with this con, and that's the model we hope to continue to follow.
Cool. Second question is parking. Where is the parking? What's the parking situation when you get to the Camino Real? Or what advice can you give us?
Well, you can park downstairs. They have a 2-story parking garage, and you will have to pay for parking. But once you go in, you can be there all day, and I think it's only $5 or $6 for the whole day for parking. Also, there's plenty of parking garages. Meters are free on the weekends. So there's just tons of places to park downtown.
Yeah, there's a good parking, not garage, but great parking just across the street. There's another, on the other side of the Camino, there's another parking facility like that, 3 stories. There's plenty of parking in the area.
If you want the free parking, you might have to fight for it, Get out that lightsaber, get them.
No, it'll be Mad Max style, battles.
Yeah.
Well, our time
Make
is
sure to bring your own guitarists.
guys. Our time is running out. I got to thank Ian for being here. And before we let you go, you already brought up that you got some more conventions and more events and all that. Come on, can you give us a little bit?
Come
on.
For the Fan Expo, I really wish I could tell you guys because we have a super exciting celebrity guest coming for the Fan Expo in October. But the contract's not done yet, so I can't say anything.
Oh.
But just rest assured that we have a really exciting guest coming in October, and we're working with a few guests for March. So
Stanley.
No, it's gonna be the voice of Jar Jar Binks. That's what.
Stop picking on him.
I need to go straight through this and go ahead and just slap you.
I would be okay with that if, like, Ian charges $20 for a carton of eggs I can throw at him.
Yeah,
I'll give him like $500 out of my money.
We'll have a dunking booth. You'll be there with a whole bunch of piranha underneath.
Actually,
and we can go ahead and throw the.
I'm going to go ahead and send out a defense on that guy. It's not his fault he was written that way. It's not his fault that he had to act that way. But you know what? Actually, the guy is really a really funny comedian. So
I know he is, but for one, if by the grace of God, Ian actually gets George Lucas to come to a convention in El Paso.
Oh, heck yeah!
I can't throw
and I
eggs at
thought
George Lucas.
they smelled bad on the outside.
All right. Well, thank you, Ian, for being here, and we're looking forward to the Sun City Sci-Fi. If you need any more information, they have their Facebook page, Sun City Sci-Fi. You can look them up at suncitysci-fi.com, correct?
Yes.
And again, for the latest nerd news and all the news you need to know, you can catch our Facebook page, facebook.com/nerdsoac, and check our show out on our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.
See you later.
Bye.